Hey guys, Ash here from C4eTech, and today in this video, let's check out how the cameras on the Galaxy S8 perform. So this year, Samsung didn't really talk the cameras up. The S8, like its predecessor, sports a 12 megapixel rear camera with a wide f1.7 aperture. That kinda led me to question if this was the same sensor, but turns out this is a marginally updated sensor with quite a bit of Samsung software changes underneath. The performance turned out to be quite impressive. Now, the images you're seeing were shot under good lighting conditions, and as you can see, the Galaxy S8 excels here. The color reproduction's good with a bit of a saturation boost. I personally like my images that way. Perfectly natural colors are what I love on my DSLR, because that's when I move the images onto Lightroom or Photoshop, but on smartphone cameras, a bit of saturation, I find that good. That's just my honest opinion. You might have different opinions. The dynamic range is also excellent. Now look at this shot. Even with the camera aimed at the sun, the S8 managed to have reasonable details in the shadows, and of course the sun gets blown out, but it's much better than on other cameras. The f1.7 aperture results in bokeh-licious images, extremely shallow depth of field. Now this might be a negative if the autofocus weren't quite as good. Given the dual pixel autofocus and how quick and accurate it is, I loved shooting macro with this phone. Under mixed lighting like at the supermarket, the quality didn't degrade, not really, still got a good level of detail, impressive images. Now under low light, yes, the quality takes a dip, but that was to be expected with any smartphone camera, right? The images were still very good. The reason being the wider than usual aperture combined with the excellent optical image stabilization meant that the S8 usually hit 1/10 of a second for low light, and at times even went down to 1/8 of a second or even 1/4 of a second for exposure. We've seen other brands stick to 1/15 of a second exposure despite a camera with optical image stabilization. So here this results in the ISO levels being much lower on the S8. That results in, of course, lesser noise and cleaner images. So it's good to see Samsung trusting the optical image stabilization and processing to handle the minor shake that results from longer exposure times. Additionally, you also do get a full manual mode built in, so if you get a tripod or a GorillaPod and want to shoot, you can increase the exposure times even further, meaning you can tone down the ISO and get much cleaner shots. This camera can shoot 4K video and the video quality was again excellent. There's ample detail, good dynamic range, but if you notice, there's a kinda jello effect. When I dug deeper, I realized that was because the software stabilization was turned on by default. Turn it off and you get rid of the jello effect, but end up with footage that's not quite as stable. It's a trade-off, but at least you get to pick. The autofocus is on point, extremely fast and accurate. You can barely see the transitions here. The selfie camera has received a boost too. It's now a 8 megapixel shooter with autofocus and an f1.7 aperture. The detail's good, so are the colors and dynamic range. Good job, Samsung. So overall, Samsung's put together excellent cameras here for the Galaxy S8. The S7 arguably had the best camera in its class for 2016. I am confident that the S8's cameras will arguably be best in class for 2017. So that's it for this camera review. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, vote it down if you didn't, and for more Galaxy S8 coverage, hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already. If you have already subscribed, hit that bell icon to make sure you get notified each time a new video goes live here on C4eTech. So that's it guys, if you have any video requests, let me know in the comments below, and thanks a lot for watching. Till next time, this here's Ash, you've been watching C4eTech, and I'm signing off for now. You guys have a great day. Bye bye now.